Okay, here we are for my somewhat weekly walkthrough of the Spur and the Purlieu. Here we are at the Spur. You can see the yarrow and the echinacea leaping to bloom. We have started an echinacea tincture and we've dried some yarrow. There's a nice little touches of pink in some of these, and a lot of them are white. So nice, my first time to see them blooming since I planted them last year. And again, the echinacea doing really well, really thriving. I can't wait to see what it does next year. You see that one down there is a pretty good rosette of stalks coming up. These are not quite as robust, but they are coming up, so happy about that. We've got several blooms. They look nice. Evening primrose was really taking it to town. I have since pruned it back a little bit. You can see we are starting to have a little bit of issues with Japanese beetles. But I can't get too worked up about it. Beetles will do what beetles will do. Comfrey is coming back after the chop and drop about 2 weeks ago. Ditto for the burdock. We have my muscadines here. Those little, there we've got some that have, right here, that have started to bloom. So hopefully those will get pollinated. Hopefully we got enough little bugsies out here to work on those when they come up. New raspberry canes starting to get really big. Old raspberry canes starting to put on lots of really nice fruit. There's one there. Strawberries have slowed down quite a bit. More muscadine. Pear tree in need of a prune. Gigantic blackberry tree. Prime Jan blackberry. This one is just gargantuan. And all of that is blackberry also. So they really grew up. I'm glad I got them on the right side of these trees. There is the pawpaw. Seems to be doing well. It's got some coming down, some blackberries sprouting up through it. Annuals. Tomato. These tomatoes aren't doing as great as some of the other tomatoes. They just look a little tired. Should be a cayenne in there somewhere if it's survived. And then another tomato there actually has some fruit on it. Yay. Okay. More annuals as we make our way over to the Purlieu. Here have some zucchini coming up. We have a little yellow crookneck squash coming through. A couple of tomatoes there on that tomato plant. Some more squash, cucumber, tomatoes, mustards. That tomato got a little bit more sun. It's perking up. Pick some radishes. Let's see here. Well, not much to look at, but it'll cut off and taste pretty good. Some beans, another mater. There are my kiwis. Starting to feel the hurt of summer, I think. I need to keep a good eye on them, make sure they keep watered. Right there. Let's see if I can. That's a watermelon. Maybe it'll have enough time. There's a few watermelons right there too. Just planted. All throughout here is weeds, chicory, Siberian pea shrub, flowers, wildflowers, clover, daikon radish, lots of this delphinum nandina, that I have to keep cutting down. It just wants to take over. Maters on that tomato. Tomatoes on that tomato. Good bunch of 6 tomatoes on that tomato. So there's a Rosa rugosa. And another. Some curled leaf kale, blue curled Scotch kale. Some more squash plants. There's one that's blooming. I'm sorry, you didn't really get to grow very much, did you? I'll have to feed you or something. You may have too much shade. We're putting another fill in here, hopefully fill up the ditch for these asparagus. That's how I'm going to say plural asparagus. And a quick trip to the back. I've been pulling my critter cover, all of this wood stuff, out from the places now that things have gotten established. I've been chopping it, mulching my paths. And the big exciting news of this installment is that I have my mist bed completely plumbed and auto-timed, and we are propagating. We're making babies. Got that little bit of lattice for some shade cover, and in there you see some elderberry, some blueberry, and I just gotta keep looking around, finding some more plants to start. I'm very disappointed that I don't have any autumn olive to put in, and that my goji is still a little fragile to put in. Siberian pea shrub, also a little fragile. I'll get to work on them maybe next year. I'd really hope to be able to pot some of those up to have for next year, but it's just not working out. So I'm going to look at some ornamental things, go find some pretty azaleas, get them started. Maybe some, see if I can't start some crepe myrtle trees as softwood cutting. I don't know how successful that will be, but we'll try that. Also, my aquaponics system is plumbed back in and is working. The fish have not been faring well, but I've decided I'll go ahead and use this to start some, these are stevia, start some different mints, lemon balms, bee balms, peppermint spearmint, start some cuttings, get them rooted. I'm trying this with the basil. It doesn't make much monetary sense to do it with basil because there's no time to sell it, but you know, the perennials of the mint family, that might be fun. I do have one little watermelon there, another one trying there, another one trying there. But anyway, that's the update. Come back the next time I update and watch me. Bye.